Hi there. Today I'll be showing you how to replace a crankset on this bike. Firstly, you want to make sure you're in the large cog on the front gears and the smallest cog on the rear gears. Like so. Next, you'll need to take the pedals off and you'll need this 15mm pedal span. So on the right hand side, you want to go anti-clockwise towards the back. Take this one off, and find it easier if you just run through the chain and hold on to it as you unscrew it. And then you want to go to the left hand side pedal, do the same again, and this time you want to go clockwise again towards the back of the bike. The next thing you want to do is remove the two bolts either side of the crankset. For this, you need a torque wrench, and for this bike, it's an 8mm hex key. But they all come in different shapes and sizes, so make sure you have the correct tool for the job. Start by taking the first bolt out, like so. You might find it easier detaching the tool to the rest of it once you've loosened it, and take it out that way. The same again for the other side. There we are. Right, now you've got the bolts off. So the next job you need to do is to pull the cranks off the bottom bracket. For this, we'll be using this tool. It's called a crank extractor. It allows you to pull the two cranks off the bottom bracket. Before we insert the crank extractor, I'm just going to put some grease on the inside, just there, just to make sure that it's a bit lubricated and easier to get the tool in, like so. I'm just going to pop the tool in, screw it in there. Make sure it goes nearly all the way in, if not all the way. Now we're going to pull the crank off just by turning this, and then slowly release it off. Now we're going to do the same again on the other side. Pop some grease in there first, and then pop the tool in. Again, make sure it's really tight in there, and then twist that, and there we are. Next thing you want to do is to grab your new crankset. Make sure you've got the correct crankset. You'll notice that these two are both identical. This one's called a square taper bottom bracket that it fits onto. There are many other different types, so please make sure you have the correct one before you carry out your job. So next, we're going to pop the right hand side one on first. Put the small cog in there just like that. Pop it on. Just like so. Pop the other crank arm on, but make sure it's in a 12 to 6 position. The next thing we'll do is pop the bolts back in. So we're just going to place that on there for the moment. Same again on the other side. And then you want to grab the torque wrench again. Before you do this job, you want to make sure that your Newton meter is set to the correct settings for your bike. In this case, it's 40 Newton meters. Just going to twist that up to 40, just like there, and lock it out. And make sure you check that you've got the correct setting for your bike. You want to tighten this up until you hear the click to tell you that it's tightened to the correct tension, like so. Now, do the same again on this side. Do it until you hear that click, like so. So the last thing you want to do is grease the pedals up before we put them in. For this we're going to use copper grease. Do this to make sure that when in the future you want to take your pedals out, or you want to change your pedals, they're easy to get out and they don't seize in position. There we are, all ready. Before putting your pedals in, please make sure that you're looking at your pedals on the side. One will have an R and the other one will have an L on it. Obviously R meaning right and L meaning left. So grab the right hand side pedal and put it the right hand side. When you're putting the pedal in, to find it easier, just pedal backwards while holding the thread in place. Make sure it goes in straight though, otherwise you could cross thread it. Same again on the left hand side. Keep twisting. And then finally, you need to grab a pedal spanner and just tighten it up. When you're doing this, you can grab onto the rear wheel just to tighten it up. Again with the other side. There we are. And that's how you fit your crankset.